Okay, so now that we've listened to the story about our Yeti, we are going to start our project today. Now, this art project is something new and it's something really fun, and I love doing these art projects. These are called roll and draws. Now, what we're going to be drawing today is we are going to be making some abominable snowballs. Now, an abominable snowman is another name for a Yeti, which we just learned about in our story. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making abominable snowballs, little babies, which even if they're a little angry, they're still really super cute, aren't they? Okay, so this is what our snowballs could look like, these or this guy. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at our paper and we're going to figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm going to zoom in so we can see what this worksheet is telling us to do. Okay, so first thing I have to have is I have to have this little die. Okay, and it's got 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 sides, okay? Now, going down the side of our paper here, we see each of those numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to roll this 4 times, okay? And whatever number we roll on is going to determine what we draw. So, our first roll is going to be the feet, okay? So the basic body shape is the same, and we have some different feet, okay? So it depends on which one we roll, what feet. If I had been doing this for real, I had hit a number 4. So I'd find the number 4, and I would draw these little feet, okay? So the second time I roll, that one landed on a 5. So then I would have to find number 5. These would be the eyes he gets. My third roll, another number 5. Third roll was the nose. So I'd come down to number 5, and that would be the nose I drew. And then my last roll, the fourth roll, is a number 4. So I find number 4, and this is the mouth he gets. So we're going to be making 2 of these today. So as you can see, they're both going to look completely different because it depends on what number I roll with my die here, okay? So let's zoom back out so we can see. Move my laptop out of the way here. So let me zoom back out, and then I might be able to zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to move this over. So you guys have your sheet of paper, and it needs to be going landscape today, okay? Landscape, because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper in half. Now, if your paper is going landscape and you fold it in half, it's going to look like a book, okay? Now, if you have it portrait and you fold it in half, it gets really skinny, doesn't it? Okay? So make sure your paper is going long landscape. Fold it in half, and then we're going to crease it. Does it have to be folded perfectly? Nope, we're just dividing it into 2 different sections. That way, I'm going to put mine like this so you can see that crease there. I'm going to have 1 snowball on this side and 1 snowball on this side. So you get your paper folded, and I'm going to play around with the zoom for a second because I want to be able to see my worksheet and my paper, but I want it big enough that you can see what I'm doing and you can see the picture. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so get your paper folded and get your pencil. I've got my Sharpie and I am ready to start drawing. So once you got your paper folded, unfold it, and we've got our crease. 1 snowball on the left, 1 snowball on the right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw our snowball. So one thing we can do to make this a little bit easier, and I'm going to grab a pencil so I can erase, okay? One thing I'm going to do to help me start drawing my snowball is I'm going to draw a big circle on my paper. Now, am I drawing it really dark with my pencil? No, you guys can probably barely see it, right? So draw really, really light. And then what I'm going to do is you guys are going to use your pencil. I'm going to use my Sharpie. And I'm just going to make some zigzag lines going around this circle. Just making some zigzag curvy lines. Zigzag curvy lines. I curve out and curve in, curve out and curve in. And see how I went all the way around my circle? Then when I'm done, I can go back with my eraser. Actually, where's my eraser? I'm going to get my big eraser out of my bag and not use my pencil eraser. And I can erase the circle inside. And now I've got my snowball. So I'm going to go ahead and draw both of my snowballs. I'm going to start with my big circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. And to do the zigzag lines, I start at the circle and I curve up. And then I curve back down to the circle, kind of making like a shark fin. Basically, it's what I'm doing, is a shark fin. And I keep making those shark fins all the way around. Nice, cute, fluffy, abominable snowball. Make those shark fins all the way around. All the way around. And then I can take my eraser and I can erase my circle. Get rid of all my erasers, my eraser stuff. And then I'm ready to start adding in the details. So I've got my two snowballs. They kind of look like saw blades for a big saw. Some of you, dad or grandpa or uncle, may have a little workshop and they got that big saw. Kind of looks like those. Okay, so I think we are ready to start rolling and drawing. So get both of your snowballs drawn, and then we are going to start rolling and drawing. Okay, first thing we're going to do is snowball number one. We're going to do the feet. We have to start with feet. So I rolled a number 5. So I go over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's just got 2 little oval feet. So I'm going to start down here, and I'm just going to draw 2 little oval-like feet. 2 little oval feet. It's like drawing the body is probably the hardest part. Once you get that, the feet, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, they are super simple. So we got feet for this one. Now we need some eyes. Let's see what eyes we're going to get. We got number 2. So those are just the 2 dots. So I'm just going to draw 2 circles, and then I can color those in with black once I start coloring my snowballs. Okay, third row is my nose, and I got a number 2 again. So 1, 2, come over to the nose. It's just an oval. So I just draw oval. So far, he's turning out super cute. He's gonna be a cute little snowball. And then the last roll is the mouth. Let's see what mouth we're gonna get. We got number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, we start with an oval. So make a bigger oval down here at the bottom, big oval. And then he's got 5 triangle fang-like teeth, 2 big and 3 in the middle. So I'm going to start with the big ones. Big triangle, big triangle. So do the 2 big triangles on the side, and then we're going to put 3 in the middle. 1, 2, 3. And now we have 1 snowball finished. 1 abominable snowball is finished. So get his feet, his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. Take a couple seconds to finish up those details, and then we're going to create snowball number 2. Just take a few more seconds, and then we're going to do our second snowball. Okay, so we have to start rolling our dice again. So let's see what feet we're going to get this time. We got number 1. Number 1. Okay, so these look a little bit different than the ones we did down, because these were more like ovals. These are big. Okay, so I'm going to start over here. I'm going to draw out, down, and come back to the middle. So then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to come out and down and back up to the middle. Big feet. They're just bigger than this guy's feet. This guy has kind of little feet. This guy has big feet. Big feet. So get his feet, and then we're going to roll for his eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay, let's see what eyes we're going to get. We got number 1. Okay. These eyes are ovals, but instead of sitting like this, they're kind of at an angle. So I'm going to draw 1 oval leaning to the right, and then we'll draw the other one leaning to the left. And then he's got 2 circles up top. Oh, he's starting to look cute too. He's going to be a cute little snowball. So finish up his eyes, and then we got 2 more rolls, and then we can start coloring. Okay, roll number 3, his nose. We got a number 1 again. We keep rolling number 1. We've rolled a number 1 every time, haven't we? That's kind of funny. Okay, so his nose are just like his eyes. It's 2 ovals, smaller, tilted in towards one another. So I do 1 little oval going to the right, 1 little oval going to the left. And that's his nose. And then all we have left is his mouth. So finish up his nose, and then we're going to do his mouth. And then we can start coloring. Okay, last roll. Let's see what mouth we're going to get. Number 5. Oh, we got the same mouth as the last time. So we don't even have to look at our sheet. We can just look at the snowball right beside us. So we're going to start with an oval. Start with an oval. We've got 2 big triangle fangs on either side. And then 3 little ones in the middle. So let's finish drawing, put our pencils up, and get our crayons and markers, because now it's time to color. Now it's time to color. And these guys are really simple to color because we only need 2 colors. We just need black and blue. So we're going to start with black. So find your black marker. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get one of my examples. There's one of my examples. I drew these guys a whole lot bigger than this one, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to be drawing them kind of like what I did here. Black feet, outline the mouth and the eye black, and then everything else is blue. So start with your black, and we are going to outline his feet. So outline his feet. And then we're going to outline his mouth. Now when we're outlining around his teeth, we want to make sure that we don't accidentally color them in. So be careful. See how I'm just going around the outside edge of those triangles? I don't want to color them in. I want them to stay white. And then I'm going to outline his eyes. So I did his feet, his mouth, and his eyes. And then my second one, I'm going to do feet, mouth, careful around the teeth, and then his eyes, the outside oval and the inside circle. Outside oval, inside circle. Now, if you drew yours a little bit smaller, like my original example, since that circle was so tiny, I could color that in with my marker. But if yours are big, like mine, then we'll color them in with a crayon. So after you finish outlining with your black marker, snap that cap, and you're going to put your black marker and find your black crayon, and I'm going to color in his mouth around his teeth. Now remember, don't color his teeth. We want his fangs to stay white. So we're just carefully coloring around those fangs. We color lightly, we color neatly, we stay in the lines, and we fill in the whole space. I'm going to color in his eyes, and then I'm going to color in his feet, and I want to be very careful around his fur. I don't want to color in his fur. And we'll go ahead and use my black crayon on both of my Abominable snowballs. If you're finished coloring, if you finish before me, that's fine. Just put your crayon up and wait, and we'll do the rest of it together. If you're still coloring, take a few more seconds and finish, and then we're going to move on together. Okay, next thing I need is my blue marker. So I'm going to start by outlining his nose, and I'm going to go around the edge of his fur. To my other snowball and do his nose. And again, if your noses are really small, you can just color them in with your marker. But if they're big like mine, then we'll color them in with a crayon. We're just going to trace them with our marker and color in with our crayon. Okay, once you're done tracing, snap that cap, get your blue crayon out, and I'm going to have to peel the paper on mine a little bit because mine has been used a little bit, probably more than yours. We'll just peel the paper off. Now, if you did not color your nose in with a marker, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press a little harder, not really hard, I don't want to break my crayon, I will press a little harder so that my nose is a little bit darker than his fur. Now, it's going to take a little while to get all of his fur colored in because I drew mine so big. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to color really lightly because I don't want his fur to be darker than his nose. So I'm going to color both of my little snowballs in. And if you finish before me, you can draw, you can get your pencil back out, and you can draw some details. Maybe you can add some ground down here, maybe some mountains behind him, maybe it can be snowing. You can add some details. Maybe you can draw a pine tree. So if you're finished, if yours are smaller than mine and you can get yours colored before I finish, then you can get your pencil back out and just draw some extra details. Or if you want, you can turn your paper over and try drawing another snowball on the back. Because we might have enough time at the end. I can put the roll and draw paper back up, and you guys can pick which features you might want to draw, and you can make your own on the back. Because these are a lot of fun. And if you want, you can go home and you can just Google roll and draw, R-O-L-L, and draw, D-R-A-W. And if you Google it, you might pop up some more of these worksheets, and you can practice making all kinds of different kinds of pictures. They've got roll and draw for just about everything out there. And we're going to do a few of these because I like roll and draws because they're so much fun. And every time you do them, you create different drawings, different pictures. Like every time I've drawn my snowballs, they all look different. So you're not just doing the same thing over and over again. They're a lot of fun. So you can go home and Google that if you want. And you don't even need a dice. You could just pick a number and just draw the ones that you like the best. I like using the little die though, because it just keeps it interesting. We never know what we're going to get. Okay, so I have finished my Abominable snowballs, and I am ready to be done. So, I hope yours turned out super cute. And I'm going to put our roll and draw paper back up here on the screen, because even after my video is done, you will still be able to see this. Now, one thing we didn't really talk about and we never ran into this problem, is number 6, the eyes and the nose are covered up. So we don't know what those could be. So you can make up some eyes and make up a nose if you want to, or you can just draw some of the other features that you see. But I'm going to leave this up so when we're done, you can see, and if you want, you can turn your paper over on the back and try drawing a snowball of your own. So I hope you guys had fun, and until next time.